Welcome to this episode of Eat Positive, Be Positive podcast. I'm your host, Jen Matney. I'm a holistic nutritionist living on the South Shore of Massachusetts. I work collaboratively with individuals to identify their health concerns and create a personalized plan to begin their journey to health. I remain deeply committed to educating individuals on health-building foods and lifestyle practices that support their personal choices and well-being. In the Eat Positive, Be Positive podcast, I'll be focusing on the many facets of nutrition, food, health, and wellness, sharing information from my clinical experience, life experience, and what I'm currently studying. Let's go! Quickly, before we begin, please keep in mind this podcast is meant for educational purposes only and should never be used as a replacement for medical diagnosis or medical treatment. Any listener with existing medical problems should consult with an integrative, functional, or medical doctor. Hello to everyone. Welcome back to Eat Positive, Be Positive podcast. Today I'm sitting here with my water bottle and some hot tea because today's topic is proper hydration. Today we'll focus on the incredible health-building function of water in our bodies. We'll explore the necessary amounts of water we need each day, and we'll identify some tips and tricks to boosting our water intake. So I had this idea. Let's make it a fun, wholesome drinking game today. A literal drinking game. If you happen to have your water bottle ready and it won't interfere or distract you from what you're doing, please be safe. Take a moment and take a sip whenever I say the word water. Now get ready for some serious hydration. I'll be saying the word quite a few times this episode, so don't worry if you miss a few. I don't want anybody getting sick drinking too much water. So let's get right into it today. Drinking water is essential to life and overall health. H2O makes up more than 60% of our bodies, and our blood is about 92% water, which is honestly mind-blowing. In fact, water plays a major role in many necessary body functions. The body's most important chemical reactions actually take place in water, and H2O helps transport nutrients and chemicals in the blood all over the body. Remember last week when we discussed vitamins? We identified that there were water-soluble vitamins and fat-soluble vitamins. And water-soluble vitamins need to dissolve in water. Some of our body's most vital nutrients need water to be present for digestion and absorption. Another way H2O supports our health is through maintaining cellular health. Water surrounds each and every one of our cells, keeping them balanced and lubricated. And healthy cells in our bodies lowers our inflammation and supports our health. Our bodies need water to transport waste materials to the kidneys to be eliminated. Without water, our body systems would gunk up and slow down, and we definitely don't want that. I don't even like the sound of that. Another way proper hydration supports us is through body temperature regulation. Heat is absorbed and transported by water in the body. When we get hot, we sweat, and sweat is just water released by the skin cells to cool the body. So we balance our body temperature with our healthy water intake. So now that you've heard so many of the health benefits of water, you might be asking yourself, how much water should I be consuming each day? As our bodies move around, we lose at least 48 ounces of water through breathing, sweating, and urination. We need to consume at least 48 ounces to maintain this balance. 64 to 96 ounces a day, or 8 to 12 cups, is ideal for optimal health. And optimal beverages I recommend include pure water, particularly filtered water, clear broth, tea or herbal tea. And I want to make a quick note here. Everyone should be aware of their hydration budget. When we drink things like soda and coffee and alcohol, we might not realize that they are diuretics. And diuretics mean that they increase our urination, leaching hydration from our bodies. So when you drink 2 cups of water with 2 cups of a diuretic liquid, it leads to net zero hydration. It's as if we didn't drink that water because we consumed it with a diuretic liquid that leached that hydration right back out of our bodies. So we need to make sure we drink more water when we consume our morning coffee, or we have a glass of wine or soda with dinner. Now that you guys have heard the health benefits and you have an idea of how to maintain optimal hydration, how much water to drink during the day, it might seem daunting. And if you're struggling to fit in enough water into your day, or if you do feel daunted by the amount of water you need, here are a few of my tips and tricks for proper hydration. This may seem a little strange at first, but my first tip is to schedule time throughout the day to drink more water. When we schedule an activity in our lives, it immediately increases in importance. And if you drink more H2O at specific intervals in your day, you'll maintain proper hydration and start building yourself a healthy habit. Try this water break schedule on for a size. Let's walk through your day. First, consume 8 ounces of water when you wake up in the morning. Don't eat breakfast or brush your teeth or take a shower until you've accomplished your first task of the day. All night long, we're sleeping and we're not consuming food or water. So it's incredibly health building to hydrate our bodies and wake up our body systems bright and early in the morning. Not only are you firing up your metabolism and giving your brain much needed fuel, but you'll likely feel more awake the more you engage in this habit. You might no longer feel the need for 2 or 3 or 4 cups of coffee in the morning because you're waking your body up right when you start your day. Next, drink 8 ounces of water before meals or snacks. Now, I recommend this tip to my clients as it really helps the body with hydration, but it also helps boost your metabolism and help with your weight management goals. When we're thirsty and in need of hydration, often we mistake that feeling for hunger. We seek out food to eat and we don't always increase our water intake. Choosing to consume water before we seek out food can help us to realize when we're really hungry. Up next in the water break schedule is drinking 8 ounces of H2O before and after exercise, as well as before and after showers. This water break supports our overall hydration by managing our sweat and body temperature. As we mentioned before, we lose most of our water through breathing, sweating, and urination. So make sure you bookend your workouts and showers with proper hydration. Lastly on my water break schedule is drinking 8 ounces of water or consuming herbal tea before bed. Certain herbal teas such as chamomile can be really helpful in calming our minds to prepare for sleep, allowing you to remain hydrated and get a great night's sleep. These water breaks throughout the day serve to build our health, but they also make sure that we start making hydration a daily habit. You can try out my recommended water break schedule or make one that fits your life, but definitely focus on making hydration a daily habit for you. All right, everyone, it's time for food for thought. Let's bring all this important information into our everyday lives before we just sign off and let our minds wander back to our to-do lists or watching TV or returning to work. This week's food for thought is water. How much H2O do you consume daily? What does your daily water budget look like? Are you consuming enough water to support yourself when you consume coffee or soda or alcohol? Now that you know the incredible health-building properties of water, what's your goal for daily H2O consumption this week? Don't be afraid to share. It's always a non-judgmental zone here on Eat Positive, Be Positive podcast. So let me know your answers on Facebook, Instagram, or YouTube, and I'll shout you out on an upcoming episode to support you in your goals. All right, everyone. I just remembered that I recommended we make this a drinking game where you guys take a sip of water, hopefully a small sip, based on how many times I've said water today. Here's hoping no one's getting sick. Please take good care of yourselves. Don't drink too much water based on this drinking game. But maybe it gave you an idea of how much water you could be drinking if you were maintaining your focus on this health goal. I'm actually feeling a little parched myself, so I'm going to take a sip of my tea here. It's actually one of my favorite brands. It's called Traditional Medicinals, and I really love their green tea peppermint. It's one of my favorite teas of all time. So we've covered water, and we've talked specifically about its vital health benefits for our bodies. Next week, we're going to explore some tips and tricks to make your money go further, to build your health if you happen to have a shoestring budget. Also, definitely stay tuned to Eat Positive, Be Positive podcast for an upcoming Q&A episode where we explore the answers to some of your thoughtful questions. Thank you again to everyone who took the time to send in their questions. Which reminds me, now we're at that point in the episode, if you have a question you'd like to send along, please don't hesitate. Just email me at eatpositivebepositive@gmail.com. Also, keep in mind that March is a launch month for Eat Positive, Be Positive podcast, which means it's giveaway month. I want to show my appreciation to all of you listeners with a whole month of nutrition meetings. I'm including an initial consult where you and I will discuss what your health goals or health issues are and how nutrition consulting can support your health. Then I'll create an individualized diet and lifestyle plan for you. We'll have 2 additional support meetings in case any questions come up or there are any areas we want to focus even more on. That's 4 meetings for one of you lucky listeners to begin your health journey right now. And it's a small way for me to show my thanks to all of you listening out there. Here's how to enter. 1, subscribe to Eat Positive, Be Positive podcast. Currently, that's only available on YouTube. You can subscribe to Eat Positive, Be Positive podcast YouTube channel right now. Hopefully, within the next week, you'll also be able to subscribe via SoundCloud and iTunes. But cross your fingers for me. I'm working on it. 2, share your love for Eat Positive, Be Positive podcast on a social media platform. And 3, review the podcast to send me some valuable feedback. Easy as 1, 2, 3. And once you've done that, just send your email to eatpositivebepositive@gmail.com so I know that you've entered the contest. I'll choose a random winner from there. Good luck to everyone. Thank you so much to everyone listening out there. Until next time, be kind to yourself, be positive, and be well.